Morning everyone, and welcome to our bonus birthday celebration video today. I'm excited because I want to share a little quick tip that you can use your Seal Plus, and I want to give you some tips and ideas on how to use your seal. I have a lot of people say to me, I've used my seal and it's broken. I'm not quite sure how to use my seal. And I'm just looking around because I just need to grab my silicone craft sheet, which is right over here before we get started. Okay, I thought I had everything sitting in front of me, and then I just remembered I didn't have the silicone craft sheet. This is one of the most important things that you want to have when you're using your seal. Hi Tanya, good morning. Robin, congratulations Robin on your gift winning this morning. Your name came out of the draw. So exciting to see people winning some birthday gifts throughout August. And Robbie, your birthday's in August too, so that was a bit of a bonus. So let's share our new Wow embossing powders, because we're going to be using them today as well. We're also going to be using the beautiful butterfly, which is absolutely gorgeous, and we're going to be using the Bokeh, the 6x6 designer series paper, and we're going to be using the Secret C cardstock, which is our in color, one of our in colors. That check out the promotion on our in colors at the moment as well. So I've chosen Fresh Freesia to go with my, what was this one called? I've got to remember. Secret C. So I've gone with these because the Secret C is not actually a black. It's a little bit like a grey bluey colour. It's really pretty. So let's come down to the workbench so we can share some tips and ideas with you. Thank you for joining me today. If you're watching the replay, welcome. So let's have a look at what a stamping seal looks like. A stamping seal is like similar to our old snail, but it's used a bit differently. Okay, because when you're using it, you want to hold it where that little, here, you want to hold it here in the center, not up here where you're going to make it bubble and then it will stretch out of place. So how do I get my seal to start working? This is where your crafting silicone craft sheet works the best, because you can actually come down and get it working on that first. Can you see that? Because it will just roll off that. That's what I love about the silicone craft sheet. Look how that just rolls up into a little ball, and now you've got like a little glue dot. So it will just sit there if I can get it off my finger. Okay, so you can sort of see you've got that little tiny little piece if you want to use it as a glue dot. Now let me just share some things on here. When you start your seal, it's always good to start on your silicone craft sheet and then come down onto your card. Now if you're holding it not right, it will not work. And then when you get to the bottom, just flick it to the side. Okay, so remember, hold your grips in here, or hold it up here if you want to. Okay, let's just do this again. Okay, you can get it as wide or as little as you want along the edge there. So, and if you want to do a really wide one, like a couple of wide ones, let's just go down and tick. You can come down alongside of it and tick it off. Okay, it's great for scrapbooking, it's great for card making, it's great for boxes, So let me just share, just get that bit of glue off there because we don't want it on there. And I'm just going to move my paper for a minute. That's what we're going to make our card with soon. Okay, so let's go with one of these gorgeous new. Now, I just got these because I've still got some of my old ones, but I do love this new looking embossing powder as well. So let me just see. Whoop. I'm going to use a bit of paper towel underneath it, just to show you in case you haven't got one of our embossing mats. Okay, so get it on while it's tacky. Go this way, Teresa. And get it onto here. Now, Christmas is coming up, and this is a really good way to add some glitter or bling to your Christmas cards. Okay. Now, when you're doing it on your cards, you're going to be a lot more gentle, a lot more better at doing it than what I just did it then. You just want to be a lot more gentle. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of that in there. So this is the silver, but what I wanted to show you was, this has got fingerprints on it. Okay, our heat tool. Let's watch the magic begin. And you see that heating up. It's like magic. If it's dull, it means you haven't actually heated it up properly. Okay, so say you've run out of your Versamark and you think, what am I going to use around the edge? Well, as you can see, you can actually use your Stampin Seal. I'm just going to wipe my silicone craft sheet. This is just the wet one, just to get that off there for a minute, because I don't want it stuck to my glue. So the next thing is, when you get your Stampin Seal, you'll get one, if you order a full one, you'll get one with one in it. But if you don't, you'll get one and you can order a refill as well. So this is a refill. Now, why am I sharing this? Because I've had a lot of questions about this Stampin Seal, and it's one of the reasons why I have decided for my birthday month to share this. Now, the one thing, when this has been already used, the one thing I would suggest is that you make sure that you clean it. This bit here, that where your seal goes in, make sure that it's nice and clean, and it's got no tacky glue still around it. So get that wet wipe and give it a really good clean, because you don't want your seal sticking straight away to that. So then you've got this one that's got two little spikes in it. Pick it up gently and pop them in on those little spikes at the bottom here. Can you see there? It pops in like that. And then this goes back over the top. I've got lots of little bits and pieces hanging off mine. Okay, so just squeeze it, make sure it's on top. Now when you're using it, you've got a finger placement up the top there, and you've got grips down the bottom here. Some people say their hands are too small for this, and I can understand that. You can do it this way, which I find awkward. If you're going to hold it, make sure that you hold it similar to this. I'm just going to come down on this bit of paper, we'll turn it over. Make sure there's no embossing. Okay, so my tip is to always start off onto your silicone sheet and then tick it at the bottom. Oh, sorry. So on the silicone sheet, and then come down onto your paper. I don't know if you can actually see that. Hopefully you can. Oh, I need a drink of water. I got a tickle in the throat this morning. Probably haven't talked for so long. Okay, so let's get our card made. I'm going to put a tip sheet up for you as well that you can screenshot it or save it with the tips on it, which will go up after. Okay, our paper trimmer. So we're going to make this 14.5. And then we're going to turn it around and score it at 10.5. Okay, that gives us our card. Then we're going to use some of this fresh freesia, and we're going to do this at 10. And we're going to turn it around and cut it off at 14. Excuse me, everyone. I'm so sorry. I really have got a tickle in my throat this morning. Okay, so I'm going to get my silicone sheet. And we also need to do our butterfly. I'm just thinking, what else do we need? We need something else. Now, the other thing that I wanted to share with you is with our butterflies, excuse me, pop that out. And you haven't got Versamark, because I had so many people say my Versamark doesn't work properly. It's tacky, it's sticky, it's not working. So let me show you another way that you can use your embossing folder, embossing powders, sorry. Okay, let's stick our big butterfly on there. And I'm going to, I think I'll just do it on a plain white piece. I've got so many scraps, but never the size I want when I want it. Let me go in here. This is my scraps, but I need a new one. The scraps aren't wide enough for our butterfly. Hello everyone, and thank you for coming on and joining me this morning. I'm slow this morning, but that's okay. I've got hay fever. Who suffers with hay fever? Oh my God. It is the most horrible thing. It just really is. Makes your eyes water, so it makes it hard to see. It makes your throat get dry, so you get a cough all the time. Makes your nose run, that you feel like you need a tap. So all those things. Okay, so let's go with an ink. We're going to go with the blueberry bushels. That will be okay, because we're going to add colour embossing on this. So I'm going to ink this up. And you want to make sure that you've got enough ink on it. Where's that silver? We'll do it in silver. Okay, so we're going to stamp straight down onto our card. Hold it for a minute, make sure that we get it. And then we're going to come straight quickly with our embossing powder over the top. Now I'm just going to grab another piece of paper towel, and I'm just going to shimmer that around onto our blue ink, because all our inks, if you use the clear embossing powder, you will get every colour as an embossing powder, okay, by using the clear embossing powder and your inks. Okay, so make sure it sits on there, it's fine. Turn it over, give it a little flick, and you can see now that our embossing powder's on that. I'm just going to tip this back in here while I'm going. Okay, and then we're going to heat tool that up. Okay, our heat tool. And in this one, you get that a little bit of a tinge of blue through with that silver. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to trim this off at 8 centimetres so we can put it through our mini die cutting machine. So turn this around and measure it at 8. Just go up a little bit. That should be okay, hopefully. It'll go through. And then another little tip that I've been doing, which Kaz has been very helpfully doing when she comes down, and so has Joe and Tanya. They've all been helping, which has been awesome, is putting double-sided tape on the back of my stamps and adding the dies to the back of them so that I know where the dies are. Do you know how frustrating it is when you're looking for a die and it just won't come out? Now, this is a beautiful die set. It's got 2 lots. So you've got the outside border one. Plus, if you want to cut the inside bits out, you can do that as well. Okay, you've got some banners in here. You also got this beautiful die that you can make into a card. Okay, pop this out. Oh, sorry, this is got to be a little bit gentle with these when you're pulling them out. And then you've also got the little bits to go in it as well. Okay, so let's just share this first. This one I'll have to do over on the big one, but if you wanted to make this as a card, you would pop that over the top of your score line, like that. And then it would cut it out to be a shape of a card. Okay, so you would make sure that you've got it over so you can see the cutting line. You don't want it to cut. Okay, so you'll line that up like that onto your die cutting machine and run it through. Okay, so we're going to do this one on the mini machine. Okay, so we need plate number 1 and 2 plate number 2s. When I do it, I like to have my plate number 1, my base plate out a little bit, which is plate number 1. My plate number 2, my second one, just down a fraction because we don't want bulge. And then when we put our paper, our die, and then we're going to bring this one in, when it goes through the rollers, it's not bulging, okay? Let's hope that this, yeah, it will. It just fits on there perfectly, around that 8 centimetres. Okay, so you might want some washi tape or tear tape or, not washi tape, yeah, washi tape or Post-it notes, I should say. So this is a different shape, okay? So that's okay, we're not going to use that because it's a different shape. We're just going to do the outline one on this. So I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to sit it on here. And I'm going to run it through the machine. I'm just lining it up. Now, like I said, you can use a Post-it note. One of my beautiful team members made me this beautiful Post-it note, all done in patchwork. I love it. It sits here. It's got my Post-it notes here. Thank you, Susan. What a wonderful gift. I love it when you get something that you can use, and I love this. Just a note. Okay, so you can sort of see now I've popped the Post-it note over the top. I'm just going to fold a bit of that paper back so that it doesn't stick out the side. And place the other one over the top. It's funny how sometimes it just wants to move when you don't want it to move. Okay, hopefully we've got it pretty well straight this time. And then we wind this through. Now, if you've got one and it's new, it will crack and make noises. Mine's pretty worn in, but it's still making a few crackle noises. But when it's new, it will make a lot. Don't panic. You're not doing anything damaging to your machine. Okay, so now we've got our beautiful butterfly that's embossed. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. And let's come back to our card. Don't forget to varnish your card down because it just helps keep it nice and flat for you. And I can feel, what can I feel? Embossing powder. I'm going to grab a tissue out and just wipe it along my desk. Or my glass mat, I should say. There you go. Now, before we actually add this to our card, which is going to be on here somewhere, I think more up here, we want to do a bit of a trail with our seal. So make sure it's working, use it on the silicone mat first, and then sort of do a bit of a trail. Add our embossing powder once again. Grab our paper towel. Make sure they give it a shake around. And can you see? It looks like the butterfly's been there. When we get it all done. Okay, let's tip this back in here. Oop. Give it a good flick over your bin. My bin's down just under the table there. And then get your, if you don't want little pieces there, you can, yeah, my floor's always got everything on it. Give it a little bit of a flick. When you flick it like that. It just takes all the little bits off where you don't want them. And then heat this up. You can see how magical it looks, and then you can bring this down or up a little bit. Should have done it down a bit further. Oh, I could have done it this way. No, has to go that way. Okay, doesn't matter. Couple of dimensions on the back of our butterfly, but before we do that, we're just going to stick this onto here. Make sure you mark out where you want to put that seal on your designer series paper, because I didn't. It still looks good. Okay, down here. Make sure you give it a press, because the warmth of the embossing tool makes your paper just raise up a little bit. And then we're going to bring this on here as well. Okay, so a couple of dimensions in the middle here. And then down here, we've got, we can do a word. So let's have a look and see if we've got words in this one. We have happy birthday, thank you, time to celebrate, so thankful. So let's do happy birthday, because I love happy birthday. I think we use, my happy birthday stamp is over here, because I was using it a minute ago. Okay. And we're also going to grab out our number 1, our number 2, and we want out of the dies, we want to do the banner, the long banner. Okay, so we got that on our paper. Now when you're running it through, you can run through some small ones too and have them on hand. That's a good little gold nugget tip. So we just run this through. Okay, so we've got our little banner there that's going to sit across the bottom of our card. This is a very simple but lovely little card. Pop this back down here. It's good exercises. You're going up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, we're going to grab our paper towel again. When we're going to do our silver emboss. Okay, so we're going to come back with the blueberry bushel ink. We're going to ink him up, happy birthday. Into the center. Hold it for just a few minutes. And then we're going to quickly, oh, isn't it amazing when you want to do something quickly, you don't. You don't want it to dry too much, okay, the ink. You want it to quickly go onto the words. Hopefully that worked. It doesn't look like it's on there sometimes, but it is when you start head embossing it. Get rid of this. I'll fix them up in a minute. Okay, now our glass mat is heat proof too. A lot of people don't know that, but it is. So you can hold it with your bone holder. And hopefully, yes, the magic happens. Happy birthday. Okay, it's good when it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so we're going to just let that cool off just a fraction. Happy birthday, just let it cool off. We're going to add some dimensions. So one at each end, and then we're going to add some across the center as well to hold it. Probably put 5 on this long one because it is a long one and I want it to sit nicely. They're the wrong colours. I just got to check out what colour I have. Oh, we've got silver. I think I've got dimensions there, or rhinestones there. I'll have a look. Okay, off with the backs. And this happy birthday goes right along here. I'm just looking, yeah. And then I've got a packet of our beautiful rhinestone basics, which is the silver, which look amazing with this when you want to add a little bit of bling. Now I want to grab my pick tool and I want to put one at each end of this because it's got that circle part at the end. Oh, come here. It looks really good. Now you can put some little ones around. So these are tiny. They are really, 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 really tiny, these ones. So you can sort of put 3 up there and you've got 2 down there, which still makes it 5. Okay, it gives you that odd number, which is eye-pleasing. Okay, which you really need. So you can sort of see we've got this beautiful card made and we've used the seal on there. I will share a lot more tips with you. Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, everyone. And I just love the way you can use the Seal Plus or the Seal, either one. The Seal Plus is a lot stronger, but I also love the way you can use your inks with the embossing powders. And I love using the clear embossing powder because if I use the clear one on the blueberry bushels, that's the colour embossing I would get, blueberry bushels. So always make sure you've got lots of clear embossing powder. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed our little tip. I will put up a little graphic for you with some tips on it that you can try out. So thank you for watching me today. God bless you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.